David O'Leary leading Arsenal out for the first time. And England's latest captain, Phil Thompson, leading out the league leaders Liverpool. And a really great crowd here at Highbury today, attracted by some of the best known names and faces in the business. In fact, 17 of the 24 players on show today are internationals, and for 3 of them, less than 48 hours since they played for England at Wembley on Thursday night. All Liverpool players. Ray Clements, the goalkeeper, who was not seriously troubled by the Bulgarians. Midfield man, Ray Kennedy, and the man, as I say, who captained his country that night, Phil Thompson, who, as you know, is also captain of the Liverpool side today. Well, here's the Arsenal team they face today, without Liam Brady, whose ankle injury also forced him to miss the Republic of Ireland's midweek defeat against Northern Ireland. But Alan Sunderland returns to the attack after missing the last 4 games with hamstring trouble. And Steve Gatting and David Price are in the midfield, with John Hollins fit again, the substitute. And the Liverpool side, they're at full strength, and that really says just all that you need to know about them, except that they come here today for the first time this season, protecting their position as leaders in the First Division, though they've not won here at Highbury in the last 5 seasons. The referee today, it's Lester Shapter of South Devon. And it's Liverpool then kicking off in a change strip of white shirts and black shorts, attacking the goal to our left. They've won their last 5, Liverpool, that charge that's taken them to the top of the First Division. And David O'Leary playing it back. And of course in that Liverpool side today, Kenny Dalglish. It's his 100th league game for Liverpool today. He's not missed a league game since he joined them from Celtic. Although in fairness, he did say rather ruefully before the start, I have in fairness been missing from 1 or 2 of them in terms of playing. Handsome back to Ray Clements. Alan Hansen. Ray Kennedy. And Thompson. Gatting. Ricks. Now Stapleton into the box. Oh! Well, it took 2 blows from Ray Clements. It's really unlike him from Stapleton's shot. Now Ray Kennedy on for Kenny Dalglish. Jennings started to come and went back. Young is sticking close to him, and in fact it just nicked off John Devine for the corner to Liverpool. I think Devine was prepared to dispute that, but the corner taken by Dalglish, a deep one, and a great save by Jennings from Johnson. Although there'd been an infringement, Johnson pushing down as he rose for that ball. Good piece of reaction keeping for all that from Pat Jennings. I should think Terry Neill might want the tempo raised a little bit by his Arsenal side. Neil, what a good break again by McDermott, onside and clear of them all. And he hit the post. What a tremendous break by McDermott. Arsenal haven't got it away yet. Price now thumping it into touch. McDermott, who scored twice in the Charity Shield against Arsenal at Wembley at the very start of the season. What a good break, well timed, right the way through, past Jennings, against the far post, and nobody able from Liverpool to follow up and put it in. Straight that time into the arms of Jennings from David Johnson. Well, somebody let McDermott go free there, and it might well have been young Steve Gatting's job. But half an hour gone, still 0-0. Sammy Nelson. swinging it wide. That was a good pass to John Devine. What can Devine do? Kennedy backing off him, looking for the little cross in there, and the header by Stapleton. Too high, but a lot of credit to the young Arsenal fullback, John Devine. He teased Alan Kennedy and really found a really good accurate cross, which Stapleton met firmly but put it too high. So some good work then by John Devine. Devine again. Souness was in at him, but he kept his nerve and found Talbot. Now there could be a chase on here. Hansen under a bit of pressure. Oh, and the back pass by Phil Neal, very nearly letting Stapleton in. That would have been a terrible mistake. We'll have a look at that again in a moment. Now we can. What a poor back pass that was by Phil Neal. Seemed to be quite unaware that Stapleton was there, and it was the legs of Ray Clements that saved the day for Liverpool. Just look at Ray Clements there, really furious with the way his defence let him down there for a moment. Sunderland's header, a safe and easy catch for Clements. Highbury. That's an Arsenal throw. A cup of tea in the hand down in the tunnel. That's one good way to watch football. It's not a bad view, really. It's Case. Dalglish, the little touch for Thompson. There's a bit of space over here for Alan Kennedy, but it's Ray Kennedy instead that the Liverpool skipper picks up. Case, nice little touch in, and good to play by McDermott. And here's Dalglish. No goal. But the first, other than McDermott shot against the post, the real threat there. Good, really good control by McDermott. Played inside to Dalglish, and we were waiting for one of those explosive turns of the little Scot. He turned and, in fact, hit quite a powerful shot, but it was wide. Well, the referee looking at his watch, half minute to go on mine, and just one short stoppage for an injury. There's another push by McDermott, without any doubt there on Gatting. Time at the end of the first half. Quietly coming to the end of a goalless first half, where Liverpool have really looked quite comfortable and quite confident, and have come closest of all to scoring by hitting the post. Arsenal without Brady looking a little bit nonplussed against the fine efficiency of Liverpool, and really have not as yet made a single clear opening. I think John Devine's had a very good game, the Arsenal right back in place of Pat Rice, although Pat, I think, will be ready to play in one of the Arsenal sides after injury next weekend. But certainly overall, I would think a disappointing first half, and maybe things will warm up a little bit in terms of it being a contest in the second. The half-time score then at Highbury, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0, and we'll be back with the second half. The second half of this game, with Arsenal kicking off and attacking the goal to our left. Arsenal, in fact, I mentioned at the start that Liverpool have won their last 5 games. Arsenal's record of late is not to be sniffed at. They've only lost one of their last 13, and that was at Crystal Palace. Lost 2 at home this season, to Ipswich and to Wolves. Devine with a long and an interesting cross there, if it comes as far as Graham Rix, but in fact Jimmy Case made sure that it didn't. And so Arsenal get a corner in the opening minute of this second half. So David Price with the corner for Arsenal. Clements coming for it, punching it away, but not very fast. Stapleton maybe with a chance of getting a shot in, and it just didn't fall in the end for David O'Leary. It was Alan Kennedy who hooked that one away, and Liverpool finally get it away. A well-struck shot that by Stapleton. In the end, it just didn't fall for O'Leary as Liverpool scrambled it away. Kick by Alan Kennedy. Sunderland. Devine playing it forward once more. Talbot had gone in there. Oh, great miskick there by the Liverpool skipper Phil Thompson, which gives Arsenal another corner, and O'Leary and Young both going up. Much of the first half it was just O'Leary who went forward, but or rather just Young who went forward, but it's the two big men coming forward. Devine playing it in there, Johnson getting it away, and Talbot with a shot which Clements could only have seen late. Well, the England goalkeeper really seeing that one late as Talbot let fly. To Clements grabbing it well. As Neil plays it for Case. Only Johnson up there really for Liverpool. Willie Young winning that in the air. Talbot coming back so busily. Sunderland's got good header. He's really won some good balls in the air. Oh, yeah. Corner. Did that go through the arms of Ray Clements, I wonder? Well, Arsenal won this game 1-0 last season when David Price scored, and it was a goal that Ray Clements blamed himself for. And he's got to face this corner now. Floated in there. Willie Young tried to get something at the near post. John Devine putting it through with a lot of them, and it just wouldn't find its way home for Arsenal. But here's Price with time to measure up across. A good one in there towards the big man. Ricks tried to get in there. It was more of a flap than a punch by Clements, but it gave Liverpool that little bit of breathing space. And here come Arsenal again. Sunderland getting in there before Thompson. Ricks playing the ball high here towards David Price. And Phil Neal now with a chance to bring the ball away for Liverpool. McDermott. Could be a good ball to David Johnson. Dalglish in the middle, Case on this side. Ray Kennedy, oh, that was a strange ball to play. Completely lost the momentum of that movement. But Liverpool get a throw. Kennedy, Thompson, Neal, quickly filling that space. Case, deep cross this time towards David Johnson, just flicked off the top of his head by young John Devine, and here's Graham Ricks. Stapleton up, Sunderland up, Devine's going up as well, and Talbot's in there too. Played for Stapleton by Talbot. Devine and Clements. Souness. Shaking off Talbot, hitting it low for Dalglish. Oh, what a chance he missed there. Oh, the agony there, because that was set up superbly for him. Really superbly set up by Souness. And Dalglish doesn't often make a hash of things like that. played straight to Hansen. Dalglish challenged from behind, and Cat Willie Young got the ball, which was the important thing. A good advantage played there as Stapleton goes on. Got Sunderland and Price in the middle if Stapleton can get it over. There's the little cross coming in. Price with the shot, just over the top. Caught well on the volley. Sort the goalkeeper's dread because there's no way you can anticipate them. Stapleton's really mazy run. I thought he delayed that cross a little too long, but he hadn't, and it came over perfectly, clearing Sunderland and falling for Price, hitting it on the volley on the turn. Gatting. Ricks. Good ball by Ricks for Talbot, but running away from him, and Clements needing to come out bravely at the feet of the Arsenal number 4. I think the thing to look at there again was what a beautiful ball by Graham Ricks. Superbly played there for Talbot. Kicked by Phil Neal into the Arsenal penalty area. Damn it. Neal again, thumping that ball towards the Arsenal penalty area. David O'Leary, well, misjudging that header there, but I think Willie Young will prevent the corner. Oh, it's extraordinary. That surely has got to be a corner. I can't think why Willie Young allowed that one to go. That always looked as though it had to be a corner. And it's Alan Kennedy crossing it in there, but Souness, Dalglish playing it in once more, Willie Young getting the header in, and Sammy Nelson getting it away. Neal to Case. Oh well, that was a good bit of play by Case. Oh, and Johnson's shot saved by the legs of Jennings. What an amazing piece of skill though. Well, by Pat Jennings, who's always been, they say, a leg-conscious goalkeeper, but Jimmy Case's work in that was absolutely phenomenal. Really superb skills, and a little pass in there for Johnson off the legs of the keeper. Jennings with a good safe catch that time as Ray Kennedy came in. To Nelson, and now for Sunderland. Getting low this time to Stapleton. Now can he turn and fire something in towards the goal? There, he's got a free kick, a foul by Ray Kennedy right on the edge of the area. Now, Arsenal have had few enough chances against formidable Liverpool. In fact, when you think about it, it's only for a couple of snatches early in the second half has Ray Clements been in any trouble, and there's that Liverpool barrier between Graham Ricks, Brian Talbot and the goal. Played though for Sammy Nelson to drive it there, just wide of Ray Clements' goal. Phil Thompson having a word with the referee about something. Specially built there for the press photographers to get a new angle instead of just the ones behind the goal. Touch there by McDermott. Is Dalglish all the way through, and there's no penalty. And Pat Jennings dribbling the ball away from that situation. Well, that will be one of the controversial moments of the game without any question at all. With Dalglish right the way through there. Was that a penalty? Well, referee Lester Shapter said it wasn't. Referee already beginning to look at his watch with about half a minute to go, just under. Liverpool have scored only once in their last 5 visits here, and just a few seconds away from not adding to that record today, but I think they'll be more than happy with the point. It's Case. A hard look at the referee's watch, and the Liverpool bench looking very relaxed. Steve Highway there just getting to his feet. The last few seconds of formality, the final whistle, and a goal is drawn. And in fact, in the second half, it livened up a good deal, and it was Liverpool who made the openings, and it was David Johnson and Kenny Dalglish who might have made more of the chances that came their way. Arsenal a little flurry early in the second half, but with just those 2 men up, Sunderland and Stapleton, they were always battling against the odds against the Liverpool defence. So as the players come off, at a game that overall I think has been slightly disappointing, when so many had come here expecting a really great tussle. Ray Clements with a smile and a handshake for his opposing goalkeeper Pat Jennings. 2 men with blank score sheets today, they'll be happy at any rate. And a final score at Highbury, which is Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0.